Alright, what's good guys, Sully here, and today we're going to be keeping it 100% YANGA. Basically, YANGA in Nigerian Pidgin means pride. Listen, it means pride, not ego. Basically, pride is about being happy with who you are and championing it. Ego is normally associated with insecurity and trying to prove to everyone that you're happy with who you are. I want to introduce you to this new channel for Africa's thriving diaspora. So people like me who are based abroad and really want to connect with the homeland in like a positive, compelling and engaging way. The way the channel is structured is that it covers content of all ranges, from kids content to comedy, drama, even politics from an African perspective. You get what I'm saying? That is definitely going to be interesting. That's what I'm really interested to look at. If you're in the UK, it's on Sky TV 293. You can check out the YouTube, YANGA UK, or you can check out the handle at YANGA_UK, or you can check out www.yangatv.com. Make sure you check them things out, yeah? Let me know what you think. Today, I want to talk about heritage culture. I think like I'm to an extent kind of private, except for when it comes to being expressive through my art. I always feel like I tell everything through my art, innit? So sometimes I forget to just say it to people and give them insight into where I come from, how it's affected me, and how it's impacted me to become the person I am today. So I was born in North London, and now in London at the time, I think from the time I was a child to about the time I was like about 2003, I think when I was like 14, 13, I'm terrible with the dates and stuff, 2004, whatever. I specifically remember what it was like growing up as a young Ghanaian boy in London. Them times, the biggest thing was it wasn't cool to be African. You know what I mean? I'm sure many people can relate to it in different contexts, especially now. But people may think, what do you mean it wasn't cool to be African? Basically, you were stereotyped and stigmatized based on the media's perception of you or people's perception of what you should be. Do you get what I'm saying? So let's put it like this. Basically, anything that was popularized in the media, being a black Jamaican, you know what I mean, being a black American, that was okay. But anything else was kind of like, it got to the point where me and most of my friends, we tried to pretend to be anything but African. You know, we emulated like American styles, we emulated Caribbean styles. So just so we could disassociate ourselves from that idea that being African wasn't cool, or that it meant you had a funny accent or you ate strange food. You get what I'm saying? And that was a really, really tough time, because imagine being young and appreciating who you are, but not being able to champion your identity. In this day and age, it's great because a lot of people haven't had to deal with that, but not being able to champion the things your parents taught you, not being able to champion the things that you have value towards. I used to go back to Ghana every summer. I'd go visit my dad. And the worst thing was that when I'd go to Ghana and I'd be like, yo, we're home, I'm here, you get what I'm saying? Because I actually lived in Ghana for 3 years when I was younger. There would be this, well, you're not really Ghanaian though, you're a London boy, you're a British boy, do you understand? There was never any kind of like connectivity. So imagine it's like on one side was London, one side was Ghana, and I was like on an island in the middle. And I'm not saying you have to like be one or the other, but it was kind of like, it felt like a very lonely place. When I got to 2006, I think that's when we moved to Wood Green for the first time. That's where I'm always repping, because that's where I grew up in my formative years, you know what I mean? I was there like 15, 14. And at that time, there was a large community of Africans all concentrated in one place. You know what I mean? Caribbeans, there was a large community of like Somalis. And at that time, I think they became this collective understanding that we are all one, but we also are all differently one, and it's okay. Let's appreciate each other's culture. So my Jamaican friends will teach me their slang, and I teach them African slang. They'd say Charlie, you know what I mean? And I'd say brethren, you get what I'm saying? And we started to grow as a unit. And I specifically remember that time in London being such a massive transition. When you own who you are, it changes the world around you. And eventually there was a shift, and it became cool to be African, you know what I mean? Afrobeat started emerging, you know what I mean? We had athletes on the TV, you know, we had representation, and I think that was an amazing time, and I think that was an amazing time for my cultural experience. I guess the lesson in that is that it's important to embrace who you are, but also it's important not to be ashamed of who you are. Do you get what I'm saying? Because the rest of the world may not know, but there's so much value that you have to offer, and if you keep on championing it, eventually they'll catch on. So all of that brings me back to what I want to introduce you to. We're talking on the subject of like identity, empowerment, and belonging and representation. It's a new African entertainment channel called YANGA. So I'm going to repeat those handles. If you're in the UK, it's on Sky TV 293. You can check out the YouTube, YANGA UK, or you can check out the handle at YANGA_UK, or you can check out www.yangatv.com.
Some mornings I wake early just to listen to the sunrise. So I try to tell my cousin that she can take pictures that ain't for the gram, that these moments